We're getting into this because Colorado's the highest rate of teenage vaping in the nation. We're really concerned about that.
Colorado leads the nation in youth vaping. We have the highest high school vaping rate in the country. With vaping, it really is something that we're seeing across the board. It's not necessarily just troubled kids or kids that are doing drugs. It's something that is across the board.
The idea of a smoking culture is permeated in Colorado.
If you look to Colorado's skies, you'll often find cirrus, cumulus, nimbus, stratus, and vape.
Vaping is dangerous, period. Inhalation of anything except good old Colorado air is something we recommend against.
Exactly what's in vape smoke is cloudy as public health officials across the country and in Colorado try to clear the air about the dangers of vaping. The CDC has been tracking outbreaks of a mysterious lung disease that's landing people in emergency rooms.
Shortness of breath, low blood oxygen, a severe cough, even coughing up blood. They can have GI symptoms like nausea and vomiting.
Nationally, the CDC reports more than 1,800 lung injuries and 37 deaths. In Colorado, 11 outbreak cases have been reported. 9 of those people have been hospitalized.
In terms of what's causing it, it is mostly unknowns right now. What we do know is that vaping is the common denominator.
There's no scientific consensus on what's causing the illnesses, but the Center for Disease Control believes THC and black market vape juice play major roles in the outbreaks.
We do have cases in Colorado who reported vaping nicotine only and have suffered this severe lung illness. So right now there is no clear path to safety. The way to protect yourself is to not vape.
Colorado has the highest teen rate of vaping in the country, with 27% of them saying they vape. That's 1 out of 4 teens.
That's about twice the national average.
Allison Reedmore works for the state health department and is responsible for fighting the message put out by vaping companies.
It was, the tobacco industry playbook all over again. It was making them look sexy, making them look cool, associating them with young people, associating them with freedom.
I get the sense that the state and local school districts were completely unprepared to deal with this epidemic.
Yeah, I think that people were unprepared to deal with this epidemic. There was a period of time, these products kind of came onto the market in like 2012, 2013, and there was a long period of time in which they didn't become especially popular.
As long as it's not going to be hurting someone else, then I think it's our choice.
The manager of Denver Vapor says recent media reports about death and illness have affected business. She believes vaping is still safer than smoking.
People can choose to go to the dispensary and get some marijuana, or go to the liquor store and get some alcohol. So why is this completely different from that? It's still a product that's meant for adults that should be regulated, and it should be still allowed because it's a free country. It's our choice.
We had this phenomenal success of getting youth smoking to the lowest rate that it's been measured, at least in the state of Colorado, and then you have this new product that comes back in, an industry that tells kids that this product is safe.
Congress and several other states, including Colorado, are investigating one of the largest vaping companies named Juul. The company's device looks like a harmless USB drive, now in the backpacks, pockets, and mouths of thousands of Colorado teens like Ryan Bullard, who thought it was safer than cigarettes.
I first started vaping in 8th grade. One of my friends was talking about a Juul, and they were talking about how it's cool and it has nicotine, but it's not as addicting as cigarettes, but I just was like, okay, I'll try it.
A congressional memo says Juul paid schools $10,000, $89,000, even $134,000 to gain access to kids. The memo calls it a sophisticated program that targeted teenagers and children as young as 8 years old to become the nation's largest seller of e-cigarettes. In one instance, Juul reps told kids their product was totally safe.
We've opened up an investigation focused on deceptive and unfair marketing.
The Colorado Attorney General is investigating Juul's activity, which includes influencer marketing.
I think it's fair to say that public health authorities were not totally ready for this, and it has snuck up on us.
A congressional memo says the company aimed to get their product into the hands of over 12,500 influencers to reach over 1.5 million people.
And the concern we have is there's been marketing directed to kids, even though they're not allowed to use the product, getting them hooked and hurting them.
And then you're gonna inhale through your nose.
Online, teens are seen Juuling with popular hashtags on Instagram dedicated to Juul tricks.
We need the word to get out there. This is dangerous. This is not a form of play. This is something where you could be seriously hurting your health.
But why Colorado? Why is teen vaping so high here?
Yeah, that's a great question, and the reality is we don't know for certain.
I don't know why we have a high rate of vaping.
The answer is a mystery, just like what exactly is in those vape clouds.
In an outbreak like this, it can really be very unsettling. We see a syndrome developing, and we're not sure what we're dealing with.
Juul says in a statement, "We never designed our marketing to appeal to youth and do not want any non-nicotine users to try our products." Behavior incidents involving vaping have caused huge distractions for teachers. Educators are reporting high numbers of these cases as addicted teens are focused more on their vape pen rather than what's going on the whiteboard in front of the classroom. We'll have much more on that, how this is really becoming a huge nuisance in schools all across the Front Range.
Yeah, and for everyone to deal with, and when you think about the influencers and everything, but still, Colorado, it doesn't fit.
Yeah, it doesn't fit. And you hear, 1 out of 4 teens here in the state vape. We have such a healthy outdoor culture, but this epidemic is putting people into the hospital. It's really concerning for health officials and teachers, and now we have a whole new generation of young people addicted to nicotine.
Yeah. Your reporting on this continues tomorrow night.
Yes.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Sure.